Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is like the third time recording this video because I keep tripping up on my words for some reason. I'm not sure what that's all about, but we're going to get into it. This could be a reading about communication and brain fog as well, of like maybe somebody that can't quite reach the thoughts and their mouth to basically speak what's in your mind. So I do apologise if this reading is a little bit disjointed. I feel like I'm channeling something here where there is a bit of a disjointedness between the thought process and the being able to speak clearly what you're thinking or feeling. Maybe there's an energy around you. Maybe there are situations in your life where you feel like you can't really truly get out what you're thinking or feeling. Maybe you're feeling a little bit frustrated about that. So I'm going to pick one of these cards first of all. So these are the Sacred Forest Oracle cards. We're just going to see where your energy is with these right now. Healing, Bear Spirit. Okay, so this looks quite wintry on here. We are heading into winter in the Northern Hemisphere. So we have this energy of perhaps maybe you do need rest. I know September can sometimes be a month of where, like, you know, we've had the summertime and now we're getting back into doing things, work and things like that. But for some of you, you are needing rest right now. You need some kind of respite. You're perhaps not doing as well as you could be in certain areas. So for some of you, this could actually be signalling some kind of vacation here, some kind of, you know, need time off. Maybe booking some time off. Maybe some of you have already booked some time off work or are thinking about doing that. But there is a need for, and healing is a funny word. It's like an umbrella word for so many different things. You know, you've got physical healing, mental healing, emotional healing, spiritual healing, sexual healing. There's many different aspects to healing, not just sort of like, you know, having a Reiki session or anything like that. There is some deeper levels, perhaps, that have come to the surface during the past full moon. We're also in the equinox now as well. We're in Maybon. So this is kind of like where we're kind of celebrating those last few blessings, you know, all of the harvest that we've achieved this year. And Maybon, for me, normally in my home, we would make some kind of food, or we would cook an apple with cloves in it, you know, to bring blessings into the home. So this for you could be the home being you, your own physical vessel, and bringing blessings within yourself. So for some of you, it could be a time of actually cleansing the home and being celebrating your home, celebrating yourself as well. So putting good foods, good drinks into your body, cleaning your car, cleaning your home, that kind of thing, and just being celebrating what you have and enjoying what you have. So I'm going to get into the runes to see where your energy is. Yeah, we have Nordies. This is like soul needs and sometimes restriction or constraint. So where you're feeling, perhaps for some of you, you're starting to see some cords that are dangling that you're feeling like that needs tying up, or that needs cutting off, you know. You're clearing some things. But you are feeling fortunate. I do sense you're the kind of person that you do perhaps, you know, within your faith, you're grateful to. Some of you, I can see you kind of like looking into the sky and just saying thank you. Some of you may be touching plants or talking to plants and saying thank you. Some of you to your God or your goddess, whatever it is that you have a faith in or believe in. Some of you are putting this into crystals as well. And it's just a feeling of, you know, you are attracting to you a lot of abundant energy. And no matter how you're feeling right now, if you're feeling quite low, or if you're feeling like you're tripping up on your words, or you're not communicating as well as you would like to be communicating, you are still in an alignment that is fortunate for you, okay? You are being guided. And we have Bacano, which is the ultimate like grandmother protection, if you like, of a real nurturing energy, you know. It's like that home space that you can go to where there's food and there's refreshment and there's a blanket to put over you, you know. It's that kind of energy, you know, like where you fell asleep at your nan's house or something, she would always put a blanket over you or something, you know. It's just that kind of feminine nurturing energy is what Bacano holds here. And the nurturing energy of it is, if you look at the it looks like a bee, yeah. So it could be like the voluptuous pregnant woman, like, you know, the breasts are full and ready for nourishment and the belly is swollen, carrying the baby. So it's got that kind of energy to it as well, of just nurturing and protecting what is important. And it makes you feel secure and safe in that energy. And that's what I'm getting from this. It's like you've realised something that you want to protect, something that makes you feel nurtured, that makes you feel like you want to protect it because it makes you feel secure, makes you feel safe. Okay, let's get into the tea cards then and see what this healing is about for you right now. So I feel like it is healing in the form of communication. So working like around the throat chakra, Vishuddhi, could even be Ajna as well. So sort of like, you know, you're kind of trying to find the words to break through illusion, understanding your intuition, understanding what you're being guided. Teardrops, great personal sorrow. So like we were saying before about like this gratitude, this energy that you've got on there. And I did a video recently, which was a prayer, which is basically saying like, I'm sorry, I forgive you, or please forgive me, thank you, I love you. So there's an energy here of this might not be a sorrow in terms of like something that you've lost, or more a regaining of something within yourself is what I feel from that. So this is part of the healing, and sometimes we can retrieve parts of our soul back without even realising it. You don't need to be sat on a couch, lay down with a shaman, you know, having that placed back within you. You can actually, through actions that you do, bring soul parts back. But sometimes when you do, they don't quite feel the same as they did. So this energy, it can sometimes affect our centres. And that may be why you're going through a bit of a process. If you're feeling a little bit tearful at the moment, or a little bit like you're quite not here or not quite here, I've still got my words, can't get out. You know, feeling like you're in this kind of in-between place. But we've got Valley, deep personal strength and peace that assures success. So whatever it is that you're doing right now, you're allowing this energy to kind of wash over you. And it is bringing a depth to you, a different level that you didn't realise before. Some of you, there may be a trip coming up to Wales. So if you're from the UK, then that's where the country I'm talking about, Wales. For some of you, this could be somewhere else where there is a valley. So if you anywhere else in the world, it's a place where there are mountains that you may be going to. Just for even just a few days, it feels like. Not like a really long time, just a few days. Okay. A broken wishbone, so a wish that will not be granted. So there may have been a false start here with a particular situation, where whatever you thought was going to happen actually isn't going to happen. Now that's happened for a reason. Okay, so something that you perhaps thought was going to be the case and isn't. Somebody, it feels like this is out of your hands. This is a situation that's changed. It's out of your hands. This has been changed for you. It's actually leading you to happiness and well-being. So you've been kind of taken down an impasse. You've been guided in a different direction, which is actually bringing happiness. But I feel like it's going to take a little while before you're starting to feel that. But this this is kind of like a new beginning that's bringing in, it says increasing material wealth or spiritual growth. For many of you, this is more spiritual growth, but I feel like in that spiritual growth, it's actually going to, you know, align you with bringing in more wealth as well. You do have the wealth rune. You have the rune of wealth here. So it's positive influence in many aspects of your life, not just one area. Because you are on a journey of accessing your soul needs. You are releasing the constraints, releasing the chains that held you back before. But when you do that, sometimes it's, you know, it's a bit like, say, if you've been hung up in a prison or, you know, a dungeon, if you like. Let's go back in time to it. You've been hung up in a dungeon and you've had like a chain around your wrist or something, and you've had that like that for years, maybe, yeah? Now, imagine you're freed. Okay, so this is like what you're doing here with Wyrd, is you've freed yourself. Now, when you're free and you bring that down, first of all, what do you think your shoulder, like your arm's going to feel like if it's been hung up there for such a long time? It's going to hurt, isn't it? It's going to hurt, the process of that coming down. You may have sores and things around your wrist. It may be hurting. And that's going to take time to heal. But you have to acknowledge that it hurts in the first place before you can actually do anything about it. All right? You could just carry on with your arm up there and go like, oh, well, it's there now, so I'll just leave it. You know, either way is going to be painful. But this is the best pain because it's going to heal. And that's what you've done, is you've freed yourself from a chain. You've freed yourself. And now you're going through the process of healing that pain from that. So you have to give yourself time. You've got to give yourself time. Use that Bacano energy of like nurturing yourself, you know. Be kind to yourself. Be gentle with yourself at this point. I feel like I'm talking to a person that's always muscled on, you know. You've never allowed people to really give you much sympathy for things that you're going through, even though it feels hard or tough what you've been through. You've never really allowed people to kind of sympathise with you. Maybe that's your pride that's kind of like done that, but you've not wanted to, or you haven't been able to accept that. Whereas now, this is a point of you actually bringing that into yourself and allowing other people to not so much sympathise with you, but to see that side of yourself. Okay, it's okay to acknowledge and accept that hurts, and I'm going through healing because of it. Now we've got sunrise again, so I can't believe that. We've got sun and sunrise. There's a lot to do with sunrises and this valley on here. So I do feel you're going on some kind of journey that I feel it's going to be like a bit of a pilgrimage. But at the end of it, there's some kind of sunset or sunrise, well, sunrise we'll say. This is the dawn of a new day. Okay. You are, you know, and that's the same thing, isn't it? Going on a journey up a mountain. It's hard. It hurts. You might get blisters. You might fall over. You might hurt yourself. But it's getting to the summit. And when you get there, it was so worth the pain. It was so worth the trouble to get there. You know, and then you can enjoy that sunrise. It says new creative ideas, new ventures, and a fresh start. And that is also what Bacano is talking about on here. So this is a complete new beginning coming in for you, where you're not going to be tripping up over your words anymore. You feel stifled, I feel, at the moment. And that's why you're kind of not able to really communicate yourself properly. You're not aligning your thoughts with being able to actually communicate them. And it's almost like coming out a little bit jumbled up. And then because nobody seems to be understanding what you're saying, you're just not talking. You're just stopping. So let's get into the tarot cards to tell us a little bit more about this journey, this new beginning then. So show us something about this new beginning. Show us this, Spirit. Yeah, so it's you being able to speak your truth. This whole journey begins with you creating balance, almost by, it kind of feels like what I'm getting from this is somebody is showing you some kind of kindness, or somebody is saying something to you in a complimentary way. And now in the past, you haven't been able to accept compliments. You kind of just stayed quiet held back, not said anything. Whereas now you're starting to realise, actually, I'm going to reciprocate this. You know, they've said something nice to me. I'm going to say something nice back. Whereas before you'd be like, no, I'm not going to be forced into saying anything nice just because that person said something nice to me. It's that kind of feeling, and you're not doing it consciously. I feel like it's more of a subconscious kind of thing. But you have become more aware of a need for balance, and you're finding more ability to actually speak your truth. Now, before, you may have felt like, well, that's a little bit soppy, or that's a little bit, I'm giving too much away by saying this. But actually, this journey, this new beginning is about speaking that truth. Now, that truth is going to be received. Yeah, so where we've got 7 of Wands in reverse. Now, when it's in the upright position, that would be that defensive energy of like, well, I don't want people fussing over me, or I don't want people saying nice things and things like that. This is more the energy of like, let go of that, drop the guard, let that guard down, and allow this soft energy to come in. Allow this Picano energy to rise up. Okay, surrender to it is what they're asking you to do. So when you drop that guard, then what happens there? The world. When you drop that guard, you are completing a cycle. This is like collapsing a pattern that's been present for a very long time, and it would be like just like that, because you made a different decision. You changed the pattern, you changed how you go about something, and you've learned to recognize and realize, actually, if I do this in this moment right now, and that's the same as what you always do, you're always going to get the same response. Whereas if you're like, actually, I'm going to do this instead to what I normally do, and that changes the whole response. And the response that you get from that is actually going to be full of joy. It's going to feel very refreshing. It's going to remove the obstacle. It brings things into symmetry, is what I'm being told. It brings things into more symmetry, rather than things seeming more abstract. Yeah, we have judgment on there. So this is the realization that you're having. You're starting to, maybe since the full moon, you started to illuminate and realize the things that you can do to change something, to change that pattern, to gain the best outcome for you. Breaking those chains. You are breaking that chain. Remember, we went back to this one where we said, you're taking that off. It is painful. It does hurt. And you're okay to express that. You're okay to express, like, actually, I could do with somebody rubbing some oil on me here, just for a bit, and you're perfectly valid in that. And you're not going to be turned down for saying that you need some support, or that you need some comfort, that you need some love. Yeah, this is, you're being guided by this. It's not going away. It's constant in your mind. Remember I said before about the throat chakra and Ajna chakra? Well, this is the high priestess, and this is the area that it governs. So this is about breaking through that illusion and recognizing, where we put the obstacles up in our own minds sometimes. So when we actually say to ourselves, okay, I'm actually seeing something different now. And some of you may have seen this through dreams. But you're seeing a different way forward, and you're recognizing, your intuition is picking up on, like, actually, I feel like I want to do this instead. Go with that gut feeling, because it leads to joy and a real inspired lifestyle. It's going to really make you feel stronger than you've ever felt before. And lighter as well, lighter than you've ever felt before. Okay, so what do you need to focus on then right now around this? What do you need to focus on? many cards there. Hang on a sec. What do you need to focus on right now? Okay, so 7 of Cups. So you need to focus on where is the illusion right now? Where is the illusion and what is the opportunity? So I had this card come up this morning for a post that I did, and it was talking about choices. And again, that's what you need to focus on, is like making that choice that you know, that you've discerned is that's the right path for me. That's the right way to go about things. So it's changing, whereas you would normally maybe go for that one with the snake under it, and you keep doing that and you're like, oh, there it is again. Instead, go for that one, you know, where it's like, okay, this is a different way. It's going to change the pattern. It's going to change things for me. There is something that keeps pulling you back to a particular decision or choice. It's almost like and it's a compulsion then. It's almost like, you can't help yourself or stop yourself from it. And that was with the Devil card in the reverse there. That's part of the thing, it's part of the temptation, breaking that chain. And it is like a cognitive thing. It's like something that is wired up within you to keep going down that kind of road, because it feels, you know, it feels like the right thing to do because that's what you've always done. But you know it's not the right thing to do because it doesn't create balance for you. So you know this is a new beginning, this is needing a different choice, different changes. Okay. So what advice do we have for you? 2 of Cups. The advice here is to go down the path that leads to something that feels secure, something that strengthens a bond, that's like a yoke that holds things together. So the 2 of Cups is like, you know, your heart and your mind in equilibrium, working together. For some, this could be actually a relationship. This could be coming together with somebody that, you know, maybe that's what this choice is on here, is moving towards, you know, deepening into a relationship, deepening into some kind of connection here. Bacano can be the rebirth and like new love coming in as well. So for some of you, that is actually what is happening here. And for all of you anyway, it's just aligning that head and your heart and feeling that balance. You know, you've got like the 2 of Cups there, and you've got the Justice there, which is 1-1, which, well, it's 11, but like with the 1 on the 1 makes 2. And you've got the balance there and the balance there, as you can see. So this is all about gaining balance. And it's helping you to stand in your power. You know, there is victory in this as well. So you will be in a position of like, you know, game 1. The game you're playing, the competition is with yourself, basically. But this is about you kind of getting to a point where you can sit back and be like, you know, I did that for me. I did that for myself. And I feel powerful in myself. You know, it's not a false power, it's an actual power. Okay, so what outcome do we have for you in this? What is your outcome? The 10 of Pentacles, that's beautiful. And it's interesting because right in the middle of your reading, we had the Fahu as well. So there's wealth. I feel this is wealth in terms of actually feeling full of love. For many of you, that's what the wealth is here. For some, it could be to do with money, it could be on a financial level, but usually when you are aligning with something that feels so good anyway, it aligns all of that together. So you will start to see other areas of your life expanded in that way, which is really, really good. Yeah, really, really good. There's something to do with family as well, and a long-term kind of commitment that's going on in here. You're kind of softening into maybe expanding the family. Maybe you are getting with somebody that already has children, that kind of thing, and your family is expanding. Okay, that feels like a nice place to leave this reading. So if that resonates with you and you would like more, then please do get in touch. My details are down in the description box. You can book yourselves a personalised reading, or you can just ask a couple of questions. We can also do healing work as well. So if you're interested in like anything we talked about today, we could do soul regressions and soul retrievals. If you're feeling like you're not quite matching up from your throat centre, we can have a look into these areas and just allow your energy to flow that little bit better. So yeah, I look forward to hearing from you, and please do put comments on, like my videos, share them, and I will see you very soon. Have a blessed day.